Hi, my name's Geraldine Osowska and I'm one of AnonyMind's psychotherapists. I'm an accredited cognitive behavioural psychotherapist and I've also had further training in schema therapy and dialectical behavioural therapy. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about radical acceptance as a skill to help with recovery from addiction to gambling. Okay, so radical acceptance is accepting reality as it is, fully and in the moment. And that probably sounds pretty easy, but I don't know if you've ever tried to accept reality when you're distressed, when the reality doesn't seem fair, when it's bringing up strong emotions. We can sometimes try to fight reality in our own head, or otherwise we can fight reality by turning to self-destructive behaviours such as alcohol use, drugs, gambling, spending time with people who aren't good for us. So when we choose to accept reality, we choose to accept it wholly and as it is, without resorting to behaviours that would perhaps cause us to run away from reality and not connect with what is happening in the moment. This might sound really complicated, and that's because it kind of is. So it's one of these skills that you need to come back to again and again. Okay, that's a good question. So why should you use radical acceptance? I mean, what's the option if you don't? If you don't catch a ball, is complaining that you've not caught the ball, getting angry with the ball, getting angry with yourself, is that going to put the ball in your hands? No, it's not. So we should use radical acceptance because it helps us affect change. By accepting reality, it stops us getting into arguments with ourselves, it stops us beginning to turn towards the past, and it prevents us looking to the future. In terms of kind of gambling and triggers, by not accepting a situation as it is, it can cause our emotions to become dysregulated, it can cause our thinking style to perhaps move away from our goals. We might think, wow, God, to hell with this, you know, to hell with this, I'm so sick of things not going as I planned. And it can make us much more susceptible to lapses and to relapses. So using radical acceptance and accepting that things aren't going how we want them to go, that maybe we are in a place of pain, even though it might connect us with difficult emotions, it can provide us with a place of stillness. And with that stillness, you know, I'm not going to pretend that there might not be difficult emotions, but with that place of stillness, we can then begin to look forwards. Yeah, so how do you radically accept? So the first thing to do is to notice, to be curious about, am I doing something at the moment that is fighting the reality of this situation? Are there clues that are telling me I'm not prepared to connect with the present moment? Am I going over things in my head? Am I holding a grudge? Am I throwing a tantrum about the unfairness of it all? And as humans, sometimes throwing a tantrum can feel pretty good and pretty cathartic, but it doesn't tend to solve our problems, not with my experience anyway. So first of all, notice, are you not accepting reality? That's the first thing to do. The second thing, think about the pros and cons of accepting reality. Is the non-acceptance of reality going to have any benefits? It might do. Is the acceptance of reality going to have any cons or any benefits? And weigh up, is this the right time for you to accept reality? And if it is, agree with yourself and set an intention that you are no longer going to look back to the past, that you can no longer fight what has already happened. that moments and moments within your history have led up to the present moment. And that holding on to the fight is not allowing to move you forward. And accept this wholly with your head, with your heart, and with your spirit. And allow yourself to begin to look forward, telling yourself that no matter what, you will not look back, that you will accept that you are in the present moment. And this takes practice. It's like going on a new machine in a new gym where all the instructions are in a foreign language, but knowing that you can work it out with perseverance and that you're not going to fight against it, you're going to go with it. And if you're watching this video because you have made that choice that you need some support with your gambling, then you've already practiced some radical acceptance. You've already begun to engage with the reality, which is that perhaps now is the time for you to begin to think about moving forwards.